All right. Hi, everyone. I am super delighted to welcome you to our show, Caring for Your Pet. And this is where you can learn more about how to simply, easily, and compassionately keep your pet healthy and happy. My name is Berns Galang or Berns Berry. That's my illustrator name. And I'm your host for the show. Today, we'll be talking about bringing informative and interesting content about pet care. And joining with us today is Chloe DiVita. She is the co founder of All Pet Voices. And one of their goals is to connect pet owners, such as you, me, and animal lovers to experts by creating educational and engaging content. So, looks like we're going to have quite a fun and educational conversation today. So, yeah, without further ado, let's bring Chloe DeVita. Hi, Chloe.
Hello.
All
Thanks
right,
for having me.
super awesome to have you here. So, Chloe, can you tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, so I've been in the pet industry for, I don't know, kind of depends. I started a pet blog in 2006. So really since then, but I also ran a company called Blog Pause starting in 2009 until 2018 or so. And I'm actually working in that again. And that was a company that serviced the pet industry by bringing together pet influencers and connecting them with brands. So in that, I got to learn a ton about content and marketing and how to really grab the attention of pet lovers and what they're looking for. And then I brought in a little bit of my accounting background, because that's actually technically what I am. I have a degree in accounting, to kind of help with the business side of things. But I really enjoy just connecting with people who love their pets and who want to see them live longer and know what they can do to make that happen. So that's probably the key to my background, is just knowing that there are a lot of people out there who want to do as much as they can. And I'm hopeful that All Pet Voices can help.
Wonderful. That's interesting. And sounds like you really have a vision for All Pet Voices. And it's very interesting that you have a different background compared to what you do now. And
Mhm.
that really helps with, yeah, with a different angle, and it helps with the business side. So yeah, and what is this something that you consider as some sort of calling or something that, yeah, you really feel called to?
Yeah, I do. And I think, with All Pet Voices, because, I'm a co-founder, and my other co-founder, Jessica,
Mhm.
we both, when we launched it, which was in February 2020, right before the pandemic, we both were kind of getting back into the pet industry, having taken a little bit of a break. And I think both of us had this, like, we felt very purposeful when we were more active in it. And so it made sense to go back. And now, a couple of years later, it just feels like the right place. So I do feel like something brought me back, and it's bigger than just the actions that we take within the company.
Wow, that's wonderful. And maybe it's really just boiled down to when something feels right and at the right time and the right place, everything just sort of unfolds and fits perfectly, and then all the
Mhm.
actions just follow. And it's wonderful. And now you have All Pet Voices.
Yes.
All right. And that's an interesting name. How did you come up with the name, and what's the overall big vision behind it?
Yeah, so All Pet Voices, the name, it was kind of born originally out of an idea that we wanted to bring TEDx style talks, so sort of that shorter, purposeful, inspiring, or educational talk
Mhm.
to pet lovers, right? There's a lot of that kind of content out there, but not a lot of it specific to pet. And so the idea of voices was about that, about being a voice. And all pet is just because we love all pets, every pet. And that's how that name came about. And then, because of the world, we had to shift kind of that particular vision and turn it more into content. And we still did videos. We've launched several different shows. We have more video actually coming out starting in March. So we're excited about that. But it was still about keeping that same vision of finding ways to bring educational, inspirational, and celebratory, right? Celebrating pets and all that we do for them. And so that stayed the same. It was just some of the content we were creating and the way in which we grew the business was different.
All right. Very, very nice. And what's your approach to bringing the solutions for pets and pet owners?
Yeah, so our focus is really wanting to think of ourselves as a quality resource for any pet lover out there. Currently, our site is focused on cats and dogs. We hope to expand that, but we're trying to hone our content in currently. We were just acquired by a company in November called CUDDLY, and CUDDLY is an animal rescue platform. So if you look at our logo now, it says All Pet Voices powered by CUDDLY. And that's why they're our parent company. We are still our own brand and our own site. We're very much about like, what can we give to pet lovers that help them educate themselves, empower themselves, just learn about what it's like to raise pets in today's world, one, and two, in a way that's happy and healthy, and comes from quality people, experts, trainers, veterinarians, people like myself and Jessica, who've been in the pet industry for over a decade, really learning and knowing all of these things, and knowing the brands and knowing the products and knowing the trends. So that's still what we do and how we do it. And I think that our approach continues to be creating a space where no one feels like anything is above their head, like really trying to bring some content that's easy to read, easy to understand, and easy to follow.
Wonderful. And I like what you said, educating, celebrating, and inspiring. So yeah, in terms of life-changing initiatives, how did you decide to take on such an initiative to bring solutions in a fun way?
So the Pet Health 5, which is, I think, what you're talking about, our campaign that we're doing. So this particular campaign or offer, program, whatever you want to call it, I kind of like to think of it as a movement. And that's because it started from, I actually have a dog who's had a lot of health issues, like a myriad of health problems. He has had many surgeries. He has an internal medicine vet. He has a cardiologist. He has a neurologist. He has this regular vet. He's had a lot of issues. And because of that, it really drove me to understand or to learn more about some basics that are just facts. They're not opinions. In other words, like I was able to catch something happening to him because his temperature was raised just slightly. And in a dog, an average temperature usually ranges between 101 and 102.5. But because he had been so sick, I was constantly taking it. I wanted to know like what his average was and what his baseline was. And it actually averages more like 100.9, 101, like so very much on the low end of that range. And he was just acting a little bit off one day, and I took his temp and it was 102.1 or maybe 102.2. It was just over 102. And I was like, that might be in the normal range for a dog, but for him, it's elevated. And so something's up. And I actually was able to catch an infection he was getting the minute it started and get on top of it. And so that really sort of drove me to be like, if more people understood how to do that, how to understand what your pet's baselines were within whatever normal range we're given, we'd have a little bit more confidence in making decisions and knowing when we do need to call a vet. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes now with telemedicine, it might mean just a conversation with a vet so you can talk it through and you don't actually need to go into an office. But we don't know. And I think today's pet parent is much more apt to want to have more information to make those decisions. And so that's what this is about, is trying to help people get the information they need, understand their own pet's baselines so that they're better equipped to have conversations with their vet, to make decisions for their pet, to catch things quickly, and really just empower everybody, to be your pet's best advocate.
Wonderful. And yeah, it's very interesting that how your own pet has driven you to do something life-changing and special, and now you're living your passion and helping a lot of people. And yeah, a lot of pet owners, especially new pet owners really need reliable information. And I've been hearing that, they really are sometimes very hesitant in trying to search, because there are a lot of information available, but how do you know if it's really reliable? And what you do is really very helpful for a lot of pet owners. And to our audience out there, I hope this is helping you. And we're gonna learn more as we go along with this. So speaking of which, what are your do you have top recommendations for pet owners to check their pet's health?
Yeah, so that's what our Pet Health 5 is I like to call it a movement just because I feel like if we can get more and more pet parents on board with monitoring pet health at home, then pets in general will all become healthier, people will become more knowledgeable, and it isn't about cutting the vet out, it's about making the vet visits more purposeful and knowing when you need to be there and being able to say, here's what I saw in my cat or my dog and why I'm worried or why I'm concerned, and have like a better conversation. And the Pet Health 5 is all about 5 health checks that you do once a month, and we do it on the 5th. So that's why it's number 5, right? 5 things, you do it on the 5th. The hope is that you get to where it'll only take 5 minutes per pet. Some people have a lot of pets, so it's not going to take 5 minutes. And when you first start, it's probably not going to take 5 minutes because it's a new thing, right? You're learning how to do it. Your pet is like, what are you doing to me? And they got to get used to it. But the goal is to just take those 5 minutes eventually and check. You want to check their heart rate. You're going to check their temperature. You're going to check their body weight. You're going to check their teeth and gums, and you're going to do what we call a body scan. So each of those things none of it is based on opinion, right? Your pet has a heart rate, and that heart rate should be within this range, a normal range. It has a temperature, and it should be within a normal range. So everything is very just teaching you how to take these things and how to learn if your pet is low or high, or, figuring out, do they change a lot? The body scan is the interesting one because that's a little bit more of an action, right? So it's not just take a heart rate, what is it as a fall? Body scan is literally taking the time to feel all over your pet, look, smell, all the things. Like, do you notice any new lumps? Is there a new bald spot? Or checking between their toes, making sure, for those of us in climates that might have ticks, you're looking for all the little things, that burrs, whatever that might happen, finding a mat on a cat, anything like that. It's just about taking out some time to really feel your pet and know your pet's body. I've actually found lumps on my dog by doing that. And luckily, so far, he has a couple, but they've all been just fatty lumps. But finding that is the only way I'm able to get that looked at so that I can ensure it isn't something worse. And I do that because I feel his body all the time. Sometimes, bumps and lumps are obvious, but a lot of times they're not, especially if a super fluffy pet.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's very much about that. When you sign up for Pet Health 5, which is something anybody can do, it's a free service. We immediately will email you some checklists. We're actually working on a free guide right now that will be coming out soon. And then on the 5th of every month, we email everyone a reminder today's the 5th, take those 5 minutes, check your pet and log it. That's kind of the last step. Is in order for you to see the trends, you have to log it every month. But if you think about 6 months from now, if you start Pet Health 5 with us, you'll have 6 months of data for the next vet visit to say, everything's been great and here's my proof. Or I think everything's going well, but actually I just kind of noticed that my cat's losing a little bit of weight and I don't know if I should be concerned. And then your vet might say, well, let's do some blood work, or let's check this, or let's check that, to ensure that that's not something of concern. So that's our goal.
Wonderful. Thank you for breaking that down. It really sounds simple, and I think pet owners out there can really implement what you do for for having them checked. And is this it's a program, right? So is this something that they can sign up for free, and then if they go deeper, is there a program where they can sign up for and avail a monthly program, or how do you do it?
So when anybody signs up, and you can go to Pet Health 5, the number 5, pethealth5.com, and you'll get a page right now that has information about the checks and everything, but there's a sign up form right there. So you can learn a little bit more about it and sign up. And once you sign up, you'll immediately get a confirmation email that will include your free checklist. If you sign up as having cats, you'll get a cat checklist. If you sign up as having dogs, you get a dog checklist. If you say you have both, you'll get both checklists. So whatever kind of pet you have, you will get the right checklist for. And then we just, on the 5th of every month, we will send you an email reminding you it's the 5th. take your time, log your pet's health. We even give you another kind of checklist. So the simple checklist we give just help you if you want to do it on your own. On the 5th, we'll send you a checklist that actually has QR codes on it to give you more information, so that when the 5th comes around and we say, hey, check your pet's heart rate, and you go, wait, how do I do that? Well, the checklist we give to you on the 5th has a QR code that you can scan, and you can go right to our how-to post on how to get your pet's heart rate, or right to our how-to post on how to do a body scan, or how to get a temperature, or anything like that. So we give you the content to help you do the checks, help you learn how, which hopefully you can refer to a few times until it feels like you know exactly what you're doing, which is where you will get. And then we also give you a log on the 5th that you can use, or some people like to use their own journals, some people like to use notes in their phone. However you want to keep track of it is totally fine. But it's just an ongoing thing. We'll always remember that. We'll always send you that on the 5th. And then we have some other brands that we're creating some partnerships with, so we'll be able to bring some offers. But as of right now, there's no plan to have any kind of fee for any of it. In the future, there maybe we're discussing, like, do we have an actual journal that we sell where people could keep track of this in? That would be in the future. So it's not, there's no cost to anybody at any point. We even sometimes do Instagram lives, or we're actually working out some different programs to go live on Facebook to talk about different things. But everything that we're building out right now has no cost to anybody. You just sign up. So I guess the cost is providing your email address. That's it.
Yeah, and being committed, which is actually not that hard, and it's very easy to remember. Nice being a Pet Health 5, and then
Yep.
Yeah, it's just easy to try to put that in your not even putting it in your calendar, and then it's very easy to remember. And of course, for pet owners out there, if you're really committed, this is a fun and easy way to monitor and check your pet's health. And I think maybe especially with cats, some pets really don't really give signals about their health issues, because I've had experiences like with cats, for example. It's hard to tell because they really don't tell you sometimes.
They
really have this issue. So having checks, taking that step really helps, because you really never know. And sometimes it's already too late when the symptoms manifest. And so
and cats are, so there's some parts of Pet Health 5 that are easier for cats and some that are easier for dogs. The parts that are easier for cat are like weight, right? You can pick a cat up, so it's a lot easier to just hop on a scale with them and see what the weight is, and then put them down and see what your weight is, and the difference is your cat's weight. Can't do that with all dogs. Some dogs are too big and you have to find other ways to take their weight. But cats don't like their mouths touched, right? And it's not a thing we usually do. So when we talk about checking teeth and gums, cat parents have to think about, how am I going to get my cat used to me doing that? And that's where we come in to try to help with some tips. When we go live on Instagram to talk about Pet Health 5, we usually have 2 team members there if we can, because some of us have dogs, some of us have cats, some of us have dogs and cats. And so that we can, share from both sides what's happening, because I know our Emily, who's she's our social media manager, actually, she has come on a few times with her cat Sophie, and when she tries to touch Sophie's mouth, Sophie's like, no, 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 and cats can really pull away. So she's been working on it, right? Like, what kind of treats can I give her, and just kind of get her used to me wanting to look at her teeth and her gums. So it can take a little bit of time to get all 5 done easily, but it's also a bonding experience if you do it right. If you keep patience and really, really treat it like a time that's about you and your cat, or you and your dog, then you can get more out of it than just their health. You can use it as like a bonding time and a training time.
Wonderful. I love what you said about the bonding time, because I guess it's really about the connection, and that's what really makes our relationship with our pets so much more special. And everyone out there, I know some of you have cats, some of you have dogs, and some of you have both. So you get the best of those worlds, and we get to help and so much value from this program. So I'd like to ask, how do you feel when you help other pet parents out there with your different and unique approach to providing the solutions that they need.
You know, when I think about how I feel, and I think I can speak on behalf of, you know, Jessica and our whole team and All Pet Voices, because one of the things that brings us together around pets is that sort of human animal bond and emotional connection. And when we think about all that we're doing that's potentially saving other pets, one, there's like a little bit of selfishness in it, right? Because it makes me feel good. It makes me, I'm like, yes, I did something good. And at the same time, it's also what drives us, right? So we feel good about helping others, and then we feel like we can help even more. And so it becomes this sort of cyclical, like filling our heart with, you know, lots of great warmth and happiness around what we're doing, and then also trying to find a place to give that forward so that we can find new people to fill it again. And I think we're all alike in that.
I love that. That's beautiful. And yeah, I like the dynamics there, because when you do something, yeah, at some level it is selfish. Maybe that's a different take on that, because when you're really coming from an authentic place of generosity, it's really something that lights you up, that makes you happy. So in a way, it is selfish, but at the same time, it's really, yeah, the dynamics there. There's interdependence there, and if you help other people, you also feel good about it, and that's just really something wonderful.
Yep.
And I love what you do. I think this program really can help a lot of pet owners out there, and really honored to share this message. And I can't wait for our audience to hear this and take advantage of the program, and yeah, and learn a lot. And me too. I'm also part of the audience. I'm also my own, and I can't wait to implement all the things that you said. And
yes,
yeah,
awesome.
it is super awesome. And I like asking this question a lot. From your perspective, how can pet parents or pet guardians be the key to their pet's happiness?
Well, one, I think to be the key to any pet's happiness, you should sign up for Pet Health 5, which is free, and you can do it at pethealth5.com. But also, you know, really beyond that, because it's really not about any one program or any one action. I think what it's about is pet parents stepping into their role as raising these pets in a way that is about what is best for their pet in their pet's mind and their situation. I think one of the things I sometimes see, even coming from the most loving place from people, is they want their dog to love a dog park. And so they take their dog to the dog park, but their dog actually is very anxious at the dog park, and it isn't what the dog wants. And so I think what everybody can do is take the time to recognize that every pet is different. Right. And that's one of the reasons Pet Health 5 is important, because every pet has a different heart rate. Every pet has a different average temperature. Every pet's body feels different. Every pet's teeth are different. You know, every pet has a different activity level. So maybe a different expectation of what their weight should be. But they all fit into a place where they're most happy, where they like I have right now I have my dog, I have a foster dog, and I a little while ago lost a dog. All three of them, if I'm thinking about them, have very, right? One loved people more than any other pets. My previous greyhound, she loved people. And she had separation anxiety. So if like we were out and somehow she got away from us, she would go to the first person she saw, and that became their new best friend. But she didn't really like other dogs. She was kind of reactive, right? So dog parks, not a good place for her. Daycare's not a good place for her. But people events, going anywhere where there was people, having lots of people over, she loved that. My newest greyhound, that's a foster right now, she is kind of the opposite. She loves other dogs, and she's nervous of people. So she'd probably be fine in a dog park, but not so great when people come over, right? And like every pet, dog, cat, horse, goat, guinea pig, rabbit, whatever, has its own personality. And I think it's really, we as pet parents can do the best by our pets when, one, we know some things about their health, we know how to manage some factual things, and two, we give them the space to thrive in the environments that they love, you know. And there's a difference between training a dog or cat to do something like be on a leash, right? So cats, so a lot of people, you talk to Emily Hall, and she's got Kitty Cat Go Adventures, right? She hikes with her cat. Some cats love that. not all of them do. And so it's up to us as the ones who are raising those pets to help that pet thrive, which means really understanding what they love and what they don't.
Wonderful. And yeah, I like what you said, your take on that. It's really just about being mindful and sensitive to them because, yeah, every pet is different. Like with me, for example, I have 7 cats here that I'm taking care of. All of them are different. Well, they're not really my cats; they're my friends. But she lives in an apartment. So, yeah, I'm taking care of the cats temporarily. Yeah, some of them wants to be cuddled like a cuddled baby. Some of them doesn't want to be carried at all.
Right.
They just want pets, and they would just lie down and then just demand like 5 or 10 minutes minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
have a senior cat here. He's actually diagnosed with FIV, but
Oh.
that was last 2016. But I just give him everything that makes him happy. He was an outdoor cat before. Yeah, he has a previous owner before, and yeah, that's why he had that virus because he probably had a fight with other stray cats, and yeah, he's doing well until now, and that's 2016. So right now I just give him what he really wants since he was an outdoor cat before. I just let him go, like he can go in our veranda or in the rooftop, but I don't, but it's within range. I don't let him go out and mingle with other cats because that's a no-no. And I don't want other cats to get infected, but he's basically like that. And yeah, he started to mellow down now that he's a senior cat. So he just lies down on the window or in the roof. And then he's happy that way. So yeah, I just manage it.
Yeah.
Some are just purely indoor cats. And, they're actually scared to go out. Some of them. Yes. Yeah, it's just basically just being mindful, and we're really here for them.
Yeah.
Responsibility. Yeah. And do you have any final thoughts, or is there anything that you would like to leave our audience with?
Well, I would encourage everybody to take a minute and think about, what do you know about your pet? Do you know things like heart rate and temperature and weight? And how would it feel to take a few minutes each month and check these things and log them so that if something changes and if something happens, you feel like you have the knowledge and you feel empowered to make decisions for your pet that are in their best interest and in their best health interests. And just think about that, because I think it helps people feel like, they're part of the health process with their pets, and it's not only in your veterinarian's hands. Veterinarians are very important, and you should always have your annual checkups, make sure everything looks good. But the more engaged you are between that, the better chances of your pet never having or finding something quickly, or, like if catching things, figuring out that weight is going off or being gained, all of that becomes easier if you actually take the time to once a month, just check. And so I just want to encourage everyone to feel like it is possible and it's not hard. Anybody can do it. So join Pet Health 5.
Yes, I joined it. Everyone join Pet Health 5 as well. And I really think it can help you. And just have a look. And if you have free offers in mind, Chloe, do you want to share it with us, with our audience, or any links where they can find you?
Yeah, so it's really just the Pet Health 5 one, and it's all free. So the offer, in essence, you're giving us your email. So by sharing that piece of data with us and telling us whether you have cats or dogs or both, we can deliver to you the checklists, the monthly email, and information that just helps you raise your pets. So just go to pethealth5.com and you can sign up. And that's really the only offer. We also have a newsletter. If you want to join that, that's a little different. We do send a weekly newsletter. You can sign up for that on our site as well. And we're at allpetvoices.com. So you can find us anywhere as All Pet Voices.
All right, everyone, we're gonna put the information, the details, and the links in our speaker page and in our email, so watch out for that. And I'd like to thank you, Chloe, for being part of this. Your participation really makes this project even more special and hands-on, and appreciate the knowledge, the insights that you shared. And I hope you can also join us again in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Berns. It was great to be here.
Yeah, and educate, celebrate, and inspire. And
Yes.
one with you in your mission. And everyone in the audience, I sure hope this show has provided value for you. And I hope it's helping you learn more about how to simply, easily, and compassionately keep your pet healthy and happy. And I wish you so much love, and a lot of health and joy with your pets. Care for them, hug them, give them the best because they really deserve the best.
Yes.
And we'll see you around for updates. And bye for now. And lots of love.
Bye-bye.
See you again, Chloe. Bye bye.